My name is Erik Dorr. I'm the curator of the Gettysburg Museum of History. And what we're looking at here is an archive of Ensign Lee Fox, Jr., who was considered one of the first, if not the first man killed on the attack at Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941. And he was hit at an air base just outside of Pearl Harbor because the Japanese actually hit there first. So he was killed before any of the guys on Battleship Row were actually killed. So what we have here are a couple letters to his mother, and he arrived in Hawaii, I believe, in October of 1941. So these are letters home to his mother, pretty much telling her that he was happy with his position. He was a Navy aviator, and he had just gotten his wings that summer. And so you see here the letterhead from Hawaii, and it says, "Hawaii, the land of scenery, sunshine, and gaiety." So it was a good assignment. You know, nobody knew that the Japanese were about to attack a few months later. And again, these are just letters expressing his happiness of being in that great position in Hawaii. And they're pretty interesting. This one actually has some type of a navigational paper, and he wrote a letter on the back of that because seems like he was very proud to be a Navy aviator. And as we continue down the line here, here's some snapshots of him, and that's him right there in civilian clothes, and this is him playing football, I believe in high school or maybe college, I'm not really sure. And here's a picture of him with one of his friends. That's him on the right with his Navy ensign uniform on. And it looks like he has his wings on, so that would have been after he obtained his wings. This is a little out of order, but these are some telegrams to his parents when he was leaving from Florida, where he was in aviation school, and he had gone to Los Angeles, and this is where he actually arrived in San Diego, and it appears that he flew there. It's off course 50 miles, but made the record hop of 17 hours. I guess he flew from Florida to California. Now this is probably the most important piece of paper in here. This is actually the telegram that was sent to his parents. Now Ensign Fox was initially missing in action because they couldn't find his body, and I think his body was completely destroyed. I believe he was hit by a bomb. And but this is when they are confirming that he is dead, and this is the dreaded telegram that the family would get when their son was killed in action. And then this over here, going back, is a letter that was written by his commanding officer, a Rear Admiral J.H. Towers, again expressing, you know, the grief over the loss of their son. And you know, it was a tradition in the military for the commanding officer to send that type of letter when someone was deceased. These are some more photographs, pictures of him. This is a picture of his grave. And this is actually a newspaper article from Harrisburg that has the film star Paulette Goddard right here with Lee Fox's parents. And I believe they're doing some type of a bond function with them to sell war bonds. They're calling it a victory bond dinner. And, you know, the look on Mrs. Fox's face, you know, she's obviously still upset about it and grieving the loss of her son. This is a picture of his grave. This newspaper article here is actually a letter or an article written about him when he got his wings, and this is from August 23rd of 41. It's teen topics, and so it's written by someone, you know, again, here's a guy who had his whole life ahead of him. You know, he had just gotten his wings. Nobody was expecting a war with Japan. And, you know, it's just a very sad grouping, you know, to think that this guy lost his life at the age of 21, you know, very unexpectedly. And there's some more of the letters to his parents. And this is a note here that his commanding officer is asking if it appears they're trying to confirm whether he's dead or missing, because nobody knew at first, because again they didn't find his remains. I believe his remains were completely destroyed when the attack happened. And it's a little known fact that some of the air bases, including this one, was hit first. You know, before Battleship Row was even attacked, the Japanese hit the airfield that he was in, and a couple other guys were killed as well. So, like I said, he's either, if he isn't the first guy killed, he's definitely among the very first killed in the attack in Pearl Harbor, and a lot of eyewitnesses say he is the first one killed. So it's a very important historical group, and we're really happy to have it here at the Gettysburg Museum of History, and we're going to be able to exhibit it here. And you know, since he's so close to Gettysburg, it's great to have it here, you know, in a local area.